What's up, buttercups? It's me, Amy Young, and I'm coming at you with a Friday freestyle. Let's get weird. That's the goal. I'm gonna explain. I had this cool experience last weekend with an Uber driver. Watch where your mind goes, okay? It was squeaky clean. No, but I had this really cool Uber driver, and it's a conversation that's come up like more than once now this week, and whenever that happens, I'm always like, you should unpack this in a video with your peeps. So I ordered an Uber. I got in the Uber. It was like a normal Saturday night. I was like, okay, we're gonna go downtown and I'm gonna go meet some people. And the first thing out of this Uber driver's mouth, okay, well, his first thing is like, Amy? And I'm like, yeah, that's me. The second thing out of his mouth is he's like, have you looked at the clouds today? And I was like, what? He's like, did you see the clouds? Like in the sky, did you look at the clouds? And I was like, no, what's happening with them? And he was like, oh man, they are just like, they're so big and puffy and what are those called? What's the word? Is it like cumulus? The cumulus clouds? Yeah, man. Oh God, they're beautiful. Like, it's so crazy when you think about clouds. Like, what are they? Do we even know? And they're always up in the sky and we completely take them for granted. And he just starts going like on a tear about clouds. And I'm just like, yeah, clouds are cool. Oh my gosh. And then he starts talking about what it must be like to be a blind person and to never see a cloud. And like, how do you explain a cloud to a blind person? You know, like, how do you explain puffy to a blind person? Like, a cloud doesn't feel like anything. We can't. And so I had two thoughts here, as I'm sure most of you are having. Number one, I may have just gotten in a car with a stranger who is high on something. That was my first thought. It's like, well, this should be interesting. My second thought, though, was as I was listening to him and started to realize, no, that I don't think he was, I really doubt he was on drugs. I think he was just one of those people who was just like, hi, I'm me, and I'm me all the fucking time. I'm me whether you're sitting in the back of my car and I'm driving you around the city. I'm me when I go to a job interview. I'm me when I go and order a coffee at a coffee shop. I am me all the fucking time. This is me, take it or leave it. We're gonna talk about clouds. And I have such a tremendous soft space in my heart for people who show up as themselves anywhere they go, especially when who they are is a little unusual, is a little strange, is a little weird, is a little interested in just getting really excited about things like clouds. You know, and from there we went on and I was totally, you know, rolling with him because I was like, cool, why not? Let's have an interesting conversation, because what are the usual conversations you have with like Uber drivers? It's like, where are you going? Oh, cool. I mean, sometimes you can have really cool ones, but I just so appreciate when people are just out of the box and different and aren't afraid to engage in that way and to like toss the ball and be like, hey, catch this. And you're like, oh, wow, okay, didn't know you were gonna throw that at me. And then you toss it back. That's like what good conversation is. And so many of us shy away from engaging in interesting, you know, unique conversation because we don't want to be perceived as weird. And we don't want to be seen as off or strange. Like, we want to just like be like the beige, bland version of ourselves that, you know will kind of just like go under the radar, go unnoticed, because I don't know. There's so many reasons why we do this. And I could unpack like all of them, but then this video would be really, really long. So I'm not going to do that. But I will say this. It was so wonderful to have this like, 15, 20 minute free association conversation with this person just about interesting ideas and how he looked at the world and how I looked at the world, and to just really feel like I was getting to know someone who is a complete stranger and we will probably never see each other again. But I felt so inspired by him, Oliver, the Uber driver, to not be afraid to show up as my most fully expressed self all the time, everywhere. Because too often we turn down our volume, we dim our light, we water ourselves down a little bit, yeah, so that like we don't risk anything. We don't risk having to actually connect with someone and deal with what happens if we make a connection. We risk, we don't want to risk rejection if like, you know, I say like, oh my God, do you see the clouds today? And the person's like, nope, and just doesn't want to talk to me anymore and then just ignores me for all the time. We just don't want to be seen as different because that feels scary. And not just that, but it's like we're so concerned with like making other people feel uncomfortable in any way that we're all willing to make ourselves uncomfortable by like dimming our light and being small and boring, which is the lamest. I mean the fucking lamest. And most of us do this to some degree somewhere in our lives. We just don't show up as our fully weird selves. And I am so anti that. And it's been coming up for me so much in conversations this week, both with like friends and also with clients, and just for me in my personal life, that like, you know, I do it too. And as much as I can sit down in this chair and like, you know, drop F-bombs and talk about dudes and like, on a video with all of you, I mean, when I go to my grocery store, am I showing up this way with every stranger? Absolutely not. And am I saying that we should show up that way, this, you know, whatever weird way we are with every single person? No. But I am saying that we need to start like really recognizing when we're shrinking and when we're hiding and when we're cutting ourselves off from connection because we just want to play it safe and like not disturb anybody and not like be outside the box at all. And is that really the best choice? Is that the choice we want to be making? Food for fucking thought. I had to really consider it because like I do consider myself to be a pretty like self-expressed, comfortable in her own skin kind of person, and this guy put me to shame. Like this guy made me realize like, oh, I'm not having interesting fucking conversations with people. I'm having like safe, boring conversations with people. I'm not like getting excited about stuff. This guy was so fucking excited about clouds. It's like that scene in when Paul Rudd is talking about his kid chasing the bubbles in Knocked Up. He's like, I wish that I got as excited about anything as my kid does about bubbles. He gets so excited about bubbles. We all need to be getting more excited. And I'm gonna start. I'm gonna personally take it upon myself to be like, let's stop being so fucking boring. Let's not afraid to be our weird selves. Let's get excited about stuff. It's like very cool to not care. It's very cool to be like, no, I don't even look up at the sky. Clouds, like who gives a shit? I'm not about being cool. I'm all about being uncool. One of my favorite quotes of all time. I have it framed where I can always look at it and see it. It says, the greatest currency in the world is what two people share when they are both uncool. Something like that. And that might not be an exact quote. It's from Almost Famous. It's a great fucking movie. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. But seriously, let's be uncool together. Let's be like our weird selves. Formal challenge. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, you can always subscribe to my channel. I would love to see you on a regular basis. You can also head to the link in the description box if you want to be on my email list and hear from me on a more regular basis via that venue. I'll visit your inbox. That would be great. Thank you so much for watching. I think I already said that. I'm gonna go have a cold drink because it's approximately 1,000,000 degrees here. And have a great day, night, weekend, wherever you are. And until next time, and I'll see ya. I knew I was going to freak the fuck out at some point in time. I was feeling so good leading up to it. I knew I was gonna get hit with those nerves.